Good afternoon. I'm currently sitting on a bench in this meadow. It's actually the meadow that I went to a few weeks back and I had that picnic, the one covered in yellow daisies. But today it's not nearly as covered, and so I feel very lucky that when I went to picnic, it's May 1st. Isn't that crazy? I can't believe I think I say that every time it's the start of a new month, but I don't know how April went by so quickly. I feel like I lived 10 different lives in April. I don't know how I feel about it being May. April is my favorite month. I just noticed there's a tiny little blue house on this tree trunk over there across the meadow, and that's so strange. I'm so confused. I will show that later. Anyway, what was I saying? I love spring, and I think April is the perfect month in spring where it's not too close to summer, not too close to winter. April's just the perfect month. I love April. And May, I don't know why, but May I feel really bittersweet. May is basically the last month where my life will be exactly as it is right at this moment. I work as a dance teacher, and the shows are at the end of May. So after those shows, I'll be teaching different classes, teaching less days of the week. Traditionally, when I was in school, May would be the end of the quarter. The last month I would be living in wherever I was living. Now that's not the case. Now I'm still living at home. I'm not changing any school classes. I'm not a student anymore. So I don't know why I'm still being affected by this in the spring. I just feel sad. I really want to spend May remembering how my life is right now. I'm looking forward to summer. I'm definitely looking forward to summer, but also summer can be kind of daunting. Life just moves at a faster pace. The world moves at a faster pace. Things pick up again. Things change. Spring still has that nice steady feeling from winter where there's hope and there's a little bit of change, but not too much, and life is still a little slow. And I love spring. And so I feel like I'm pre-mourning the end of spring, even though I have a whole nother month left. But that's where I'm at right now. I think I want to spend more time alone this week. I haven't been very present, and I can feel it in my chest. I'm very anxious. Today it's been hard to breathe, and I keep having to take really deep breaths. I need to get back into my routine and feel more grounded. So that's why I'm out here. I have work soon, but I thought I would come early, sit in an area of the park nearby and read. I started reading The Creative Act of Being by Rubin, and I really like it, but it's just taking me a long time to get through, not because it's a bad book, but because I haven't been making time to read it. And I feel like with books, I really need to get into this flow state where I get deep into it and addicted to it, and all I want to do is read it, and I read it every single day for hours. I like when my life is like that, and when I'm not deep into a book and I'm just skimming through it every now and then, I forget what I read and I just don't feel as present. It's like when you don't journal for a little bit, then you know for a fact you haven't been present, you haven't been checking in with yourself. That's how I feel about reading. And lately I've been pretty bad at journaling, pretty bad at reading, and I think that's what's making me feel ungrounded. So I need to dedicate more intentional time to reading and longer periods of times. I'm very behind on all my reading goals. I've been trying to read a book a month this year or more, because I think my goal is 15. I want to get at least 12, ideally 15. I'm at two or three maybe. Not great. I really need to work on that. And I have so much time. I'm just not making enough time out of my day to do it. But I have the time. Also, I got a haircut this morning. I think it was really nice that it fell on the first of the month, because now I feel like I have a fresh start going into May, fresh cut. I got it a lot shorter than it was before. I got 3 or 4 inches off, and yeah, I really like the length. I got face framing pieces and short layers in the front, round in the back, keeping the fullness. I really like how she does my hair all the time, and it just feels so much better. It was looking so straggly and long before. I get my haircut every 4 or 5 months. I try to go pretty long in between haircuts because it could get pricey, but I really needed this. I think my logic is to go shorter than I like, so that in a month it's the perfect length, and for 2 months it looks really good, and then for the last month it's hella grown out and I need to go again. I love getting my hair cut. It makes me feel like I have my life put together. If everything in my life is going wrong and I have no idea what I'm doing and everything is a mess, at least I can rely on having a go-to hairstylist and my appointment booked in 4 months. It makes me feel like I have something right, something put together in my life. It's so hard to wake up when it's cold. I'm going to work. Good morning, it's Sunday. I'm gonna get ready for the day. I'm meeting Christine at another cafe. We're gonna go to St. Frank's in the Sunset. I did go to St. Frank's with my sister the other week, but that was the one on Polk Street, and I prefer the one on Sunset. I think it's cuter, it's bigger, and I think the matcha tastes better there. So we're doing that today. She's still studying for her CPA test, and I have nothing to do. I actually have zero work. I have no tasks I could even milk out this time. I'm just gonna read my book. That's the objective of the day. That's what I'm going to a whole cafe for. That's it. But I'm excited. You know, any excuse to see a friend and get a Queen Amon, I'll take. I actually did film yesterday. I went to work at my 2 classes to teach. Work's been stressful. We have our end of the year showcase soon at the end of May, and that means I only have 3 more classes left to perfect the dance and get my dancers ready for the show. But I realized I'd rather it be a really messy, imperfect dance, but the dancers are obviously really happy and they enjoyed the class the whole year, than a beautiful, perfect, very technically skilled dance, but the dancers look miserable, are miserable, and were miserable the whole year going to class. So I'm happy with how they are. I just really want them to have fun during the show and not stress out too much about it. So I just want them to memorize it so they don't have to worry about like forgetting the choreo or something like that. But that's what work's been like. So yeah, I did film yesterday, and then I practiced driving with my dad and had a mental breakdown, so I stopped filming for the rest of the day. But I wanted to talk about it because this is a really big part of my life right now. I'm 22 and I don't know how to drive, and I feel like I've been embarrassed to say this. People just judge so hard about it. I feel like everyone got their license without me realizing. All of a sudden everybody's driving and I'm the only one not driving, and I'm like, wait, when did you guys get your license? Like, when did this happen? When were we doing this? Why did no one tell me and make me do it too? That's how I feel about it, because I feel like everyone got it in high school. I like regret so badly not learning during quarantine when the roads were empty and I could have been practicing. But the thing is, I remember in high school when everyone was getting their permits, I was asking how, and there was just so many instructions and so many things to do, and I was like, okay, I don't need my license right now. SF has great transportation. I'm gonna be in San Diego for the next 3 years. I don't need a car. I'm not gonna worry about this right now. That will be a bridge to cross when I need to. So that's why I didn't get it when I was 16 or whatever. All this to say, I am trying to get my license now. My goal is to get it by July. Who knows if that's gonna work out. I don't know. I just need to set an end goal and date. It's taken me this long, not because I have a fear of driving necessarily, but the process of getting it is so overwhelming. I got my permit in September or October. I'm so proud of myself for even getting the permit, not even passing the permit, literally getting myself to the DMV to take the permit test and fill out all the applications, everything. That was a huge success for me. I don't like how much mental labor is required to figure out this process. I don't understand why they don't make it more straightforward and easy. If you just plop me down into the test taking chair and make me take the test, I got it. Like, that's fine. I could do it. But the work that it takes to get to that point, that's what stresses me out and overwhelms me, and that's what puts me off from even starting the whole process to begin with. And I feel this way about so many different things in my life. Like, for example, I like cooking, I like to eat, but I don't cook because I have to think about what do I want to eat in the first place? Is it healthy? Is it good for me? Will I like it? Then I have to go to the grocery store, figure out what ingredients I need, and then I have to figure out how to get to the grocery store, how to get back to my house. Will my fridge have room for all this food? How am I going to use up the food and not have any food waste? Or if I make whatever meal I'm making, I'm going to have so many leftovers. How am I going to eat it before it goes bad, or use up the ingredients in different ways? And then I have to figure out how to actually cook the thing. When am I going to cook it? How long is that going to take? How do I space out my day? Like, I just get in my head and I start spiraling about all these things, and I start overthinking all the little logistics of everything that I end up just not cooking. You know what I mean? If I could just be in a kitchen and have everything laid out for me like I was on a cooking show and directions of how to make it, I could do it easy and I will have so much fun doing it. And so then I was like, that's just HelloFresh. Like, that already exists, so maybe I'm not alone in this. But life is just not like that, you know? I hate all the technicalities of things.
It's a miracle that I went to college. FAFSA, application process, like, where do you want to go to college? What are all these colleges? What do you want to study? How do you apply for classes? Where do you live? All of those like technical stuff stress me out so bad, and I just need someone to do it with me. But then I feel the shame about being codependent on someone else and reliant on someone else, because I don't like that, and I am such an independent person, and I feel shame about needing other people to help me do these things. And then I compare myself to all these other people who are able to do these things on their own without any help, and then I feel incompetent and inadequate and immature for not being able to figure out my life on my own. I don't know what the conclusion of this is. Let me get back to driving. Okay. I don't understand why people treat getting your license as something easy, though. You need someone to teach you, and my parents weren't willing to teach me how to drive back then. It's not something you could learn on your own. Lessons are expensive. You need a car to be able to practice. It's not a simple thing that you could just do on your own at any time. And now that I'm 22 and I'm learning, I feel even more humiliated, because I'm like, wow, you're bad at driving and you're 22. Which is stupid, because it would take the same learning process if I was 16 as if I was 22. Nothing in the past few years of my life has prepared me or given me experience that I could use and translate into driving. Like biking. Something about being young and a beginner is okay and normal, but then being 22 and learning how to drive and being bad at it is now, that's embarrassing. So then I'm just dealing with this like internalized shame about being old and not having my license and being bad at something, and I already don't like being bad at things. I have a very fixed mindset, and I know I'm trying to work on it, and it's hypocritical of me, because I tell my dancers all the time, like, you can do anything you put your mind to as long as you practice. Nothing is impossible, blah, blah, blah. And then here I am like, oh, I'm a terrible driver. I'm never getting my license. It's impossible. This is just never gonna happen. And I go around and I see all these cars. I'm thinking about all the people who know how to drive in the world. I'm like, why am I the only one who is struggling with this and doesn't know how to drive and is bad at it? Oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. I'm okay with putting in the physical, tangible work. Put me in a car, I will learn how to drive. I will stay in that car until I get the turn right. But it's the pressure of everyone watching. And the thing is, I can't be in an empty parking lot by myself. That's illegal. Like, you need someone with you with a license. Being bad and making mistakes in front of another person and being critiqued. Oh, I hate that. I need to get over that. I think for me, I really need to have an intrinsic motivation in order for me to do something. I can't do something just because someone else wants me to, just because someone else is telling me to, or that I should be doing it, logically speaking. And so for the longest time, I never learned how to drive because I had no desire to. Now that I'm learning how to drive, I've been trying to think of intrinsic reasons why, and I found 3 reasons. 1, when my friends visit, I want to be able to take them around SF in my car and not have to bus everywhere. 2, I want to be able to drive to work in the winter and not have to take the bus at 7 a.m. freezing. 3, I want to be able to blast music in the car. I think that would be so fun. That's actually the only thing that's really motivating me. So yesterday, while I was having my mental breakdown after my driving lesson with my dad, I finally made a playlist. It's 120 songs of the guiltiest pleasures ever. Songs that would be actually probably get me in a car crash because they're so loud and obnoxious, and just a bunch of like Charlie XCX. But that's currently what my motivation is, and I will look at that playlist every day, and I'm not gonna let myself play it until I get my license. I've been so lucky to have my friends though. If they weren't so kind and letting me use their cars and spend the time to teach me how to drive, I would not get my license ever, I don't think. I don't know how I've come this far in life. Like taxes, I actually did it the day before they were due. And I didn't realize this characteristic about me until recently when I was talking to my therapist about it and realizing that I get overwhelmed by the logistics of things, and then I end up not doing it and compartmentalizing my anxiety about it and overthinking myself into stagnation and just end up not doing it. And it's been stunting my growth in my life, and I end up not doing things because I'm just get too overwhelmed by the thought of doing things or how I can do things. Like, I want to do so many things, but then I just think about all the cons or like how difficult it will be to do, and I end up not doing it. I think the only way for me to do things is to not even question and not think about it. Every time I go somewhere alone, my mindset about it, my brain, no thoughts going into how I'm getting there, why I'm going, what time I should be going. And I feel myself like suppressing that and just acting upon the urge and spontaneity and impulse of it, getting ready and immediately going as fast as I can before I have time to overthink it and think myself out of it. That's the only way I can get things done, just to not think about it at all. And then I'm like, am I operating and moving through life not being present, not thinking, not being intentional about what I'm doing? I don't think so. I think that's just how I have to be. But then I'm like, am I making decisions poorly because I'm not spending time to think about it? No. Because then I would talk myself out of it and I would literally not do anything with my day. I would sit in bed thinking about what I should do with my day while all that time I could have been doing stuff. Why am I like this? I think it's something to do with control. Like, I want control and I want to have everything planned out exactly. Like, I need to just go to the grocery store, grab a bunch of different ingredients, come home and do whatever. Now I'm connecting it. I'm connecting the dots. This is me trying to be perfect. I really want to paint, but the thought of having to figure out what paper to get, what kind of paint, how do I use oil paint? I don't, like, how do I prep my canvas? How does it dry? How long will it take? What do I even want to paint? Like, how do I make it look good? How do I have to teach myself how to paint again. Like, I need to just get the fucking paper and paint and just do it. Wow, I'm really learning a lot about myself. I don't know how I feel right now. I feel like I'm the type of person to think, like, I'm not gonna do something until I have to do it. And I just procrastinate. Like, I'm not gonna have to drive until I have kids and I need to drive them to freaking soccer practice. So I'm gonna wait till I have kids to do it. When I lived in an apartment in San Diego, I did not decorate it because I was like, I'm gonna wait until I have my own house or my own full-time apartment in San Francisco that I know I'll be staying at before I buy and invest money in furniture and decorate it to how I want. And then, yeah, it ended up being easier to move out. But that whole year I was living in a room with just 4 blank white walls. Like, why did I could have been so much happier if I had a fully decorated room. Maybe I would have invited more people over. Like, there's always going to be that other place. You can't just wait till the perfect moment to live your life and do everything that you want to do, or else you're never going to do it. Like, I was the kid that saved stickers and didn't put the stickers anywhere because I was like, well, I need to wait for the perfect chance to use these stickers. I don't want to waste it. I didn't get piercings for the longest time because I was like, I'm going to wait till I'm older to get the piercings I wanted. Why would I do that? Why would I wait till the perfect time to get something that I could have gotten in that moment? Why am I suffering longer than necessary just because I can? Why do I think it's too much work, or that I don't deserve to do the work to make myself happy like that? Let me talk to my therapist about this. I'm done getting ready. I'm gonna get changed and meet Christine at the cafe. Let's go. My brain hurts. This was actually the longest tangent of my life. Chocolate chip cookie. So good. So soft. I got the other one. We're finally leaving the cafe. It's 6 o'clock. How did we stay there for so long? This is minimal. We should have been there from opening to close. I can't do that. Now we're so hungry, so we're getting sandwiches. Good afternoon, it's Wednesday. I woke up in the best mood today. I don't know why, I'm so happy. I think it's because I get to wear this. If anyone who knows me in real life had to picture me in their head, like, this is what they would see me in. A giant shirt, soccer shorts, and a beaded pair of sambas. Like, nothing screams rich more than this. I'm gonna bike through the park. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I'm just gonna start at one end, go to the other, and if I see a spot along the way, that's where I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna be wearing this every single day. Stone fruits are finally back in season. Everything is right in the world again. You know fruit is good when you have to eat over the sink.
I took such a long route. I'm exhausted. I need to catch my breath. I biked to Ocean Beach first and then to the Tulip Garden, but that was closed for maintenance. So then I biked around the lakes. That was so beautiful. Walked around the lakes for a bit, biked past the buffaloes, then through all the meadows, and they were covered in yellow flowers, like more so yellow than green. It was so beautiful. I was biking so slowly past just to watch. It was crazy. And then went up to my spot with all the yellow flowers, but the angel trumpets weren't bloomed, so instead I came to the conservatory. Oh my gosh, that was so tiring. It's so peaceful. It's actually really quiet. Like, I feel like people can hear me. I brought my book. I'm halfway through it now, so some progress. Right now we're on the chapter, The Experimenter and the Finisher. Ooh, that sounds like it will be applicable to me. But at the cafe the other day, when I was reading, I came across this one chapter that sounded exactly like what I was going off about in the morning. And it was on page 120. Let me find it. Okay, it says, "There's a great power in not knowing. When faced with a challenging task, we may tell ourselves it's too difficult, it's not worth the effort, it's not the way things are done, it's not likely to work, or it's not likely to work for us. If we approach a task with ignorance, it can remove the barricade of knowledge, blocking progress. Curiously, not being aware of a challenge may be just what we need to rise to it." Is that not exactly what I was talking about in the morning? I read that and I was like, wow. This book has not come at a more perfect time in my life. Like when I was talking about how the only way to do things for me is to underthink it, and just lately I've been telling myself, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. And applying that to every single thing in my life has gotten me so much further than ever. It's just the unknown and the uncertainty of it all. Like, I didn't know anything about the process of getting my driver's license, and I didn't know how to drive, so that was daunting. But when you go about doing something, accepting the fact that you know nothing, and doing it anyway, you get a lot more done. And it's so much easier because you're not worrying about all the little things that you don't know yet. Like, you just don't know it yet, but you will. That's such a relief to me. And also, I practiced driving the other day with my friend. I drove us home from the beach, and I think that gave me the confidence again. Maybe I'll do a learn to drive with me vlog. But who needs to know how to drive when you're in SF? Like, I bike. SF is so bikeable, walkable, and busable. But it's okay, I'll learn how to drive anyway. Just for shits and gigs. Just cause. For no real reason, I'll do it anyway. I guess it's fun challenging myself, learning something new. I'll be really proud of myself once I get my license, that's for sure. I'm gonna spend the rest of right now reading. Then I'm gonna bike home. Hopefully I make it home. My thighs kind of burn really bad right now.